Hey guys, Jason here. So this is a metal rhythm guitar tutorial, and I'm calling it power chord variations. So here's the tutorial with the tablature, and then we'll talk about it a little bit after. Alrighty, so that wraps it up for this week's metal rhythm guitar tutorial. Now I want to talk just a little bit about power chord variations, because this concept is an extremely important concept to me, especially in the music that I write and record and put out there. And it's also important to me in the music that I listen to, or I should say the metal music that I listen to. And I'll say this, I think one of the reasons why we're so passionate about metal music, and I think one of the things that really just captivates us when we listen to metal, it is indeed the progressions, the nature of those progressions, the song structure, and I think in many cases the complexity of the rhythms. I mean, you listen to bands like Megadeth and bands like Metallica. Wait a minute, I've got a Metallica poster and a Megadeth t-shirt. A marriage meant to last. So you listen to bands like that, and of course countless, and probably the majority of other metal bands out there, and their songs, their chord structures, they're not just playing straight power chords. They're moving around some. So my goal of this video, and maybe this is kind of pointed out to more of those who are starting out and just learning power chords, is to say, hey, you can have a power chord, but there are other things that you can do within that power chord. So don't just stay in that one little bubble there. You know, move those fingers around and try some different things. You know, invert them. Put your second note, the finger that goes second note, put that somewhere else on the fretboard and just see what it sounds like. You know, experiment with that. So again, my whole goal is to take you from here, from a regular power chord, and help you expand your creativity and say, hey, there's a lot of stuff I can do with this power chord. And you start messing around with that and you just come up with some really cool sounds. So anyway, on that note, let's move on to what Jason's drinking today. So I am drinking a Kona Longboard, which is an island lager. Now, we're in wintertime, we're like in the middle of January, and this is obviously a summertime beer. Actually, it's a Hawaiian beer, Liquid Aloha. Now, they describe Longboard as a spirited, crisp, and refreshing brew. Longboard Island Lager is a smooth ride all the way in. First up. Well, first up. Here we go. It is a refreshing beer. Now, I'll tell you a little history, personal history behind this beer. My father-in-law, we like to have beers on my patio, sitting by the pool on the weekends, and that's actually one of my favorite pastimes. And, you know, we were drinking our Thai beer, our Sangha, one day, and I think I had picked up a six-pack of this. I'm like, you know, and we're in the summertime, of course, at this time. I'm like, this looks like a really good, you know, sit by the pool and have a few type beer. So I picked up a six-pack, and he tried it. Now, my father-in-law, he doesn't, he's not very diverse in the beers that he likes. You know, I've let him try a lot of stuff, and he's like, nah, I'm not a fan. But he actually loved this stuff, and then he started buying it all the time. So now every time he comes over, you know, we hang out and drink some beers, he's always got the Kona Longboard with him. So, you know, we have this quite often. But yeah, it's the best way it is a lager. The best way for me to describe it is it's a nice balanced beer. It does have a very unique flavor to it, but it's a nice balanced lager. It may be a little more on the lighter side, but it's certainly not. I certainly wouldn't call it a light beer by any means. But it's not. It's definitely not on the darker side of the lager. So anyway, it is refreshing, as it says, as it's advertised, and it's definitely one of those beers. If you're, if you go to the beach, or you're just sitting out on the patio on a hot day, or sitting by the pool or whatever, like we do on the weekends, definitely one of those types of beers. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I do appreciate your support, so thank you so much to all of you who support my channel and who support my music, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye now.